Hey everybody, I'm Melanie from Keefe's Flowers, and you probably have received one of our Keefe's kits, whether you purchased it for yourself or as a gift. I'm going to do a quick tutorial on how to assemble those. And if you have not received one, you should check out our website, keefesflowers.com, and click on the tab that says Create with Keefe's, and you can find your selection. If you have received the on-demand or the subscription, you will get everything that comes here. You're going to get a beautiful seasonal bouquet, and you will get a nice glass vase, and then you will also receive a finishing spray and flower nutrient. You can also do some add-ons which are helpful throughout making these. You can do cutters, scissors, floral tape, or we even have these awesome floral grids. There's some instructions on the back, and we'll do another video with those at a later time, but it makes life a lot easier. So, but using what we have, we are going to get started. So first, you're going to take your flower nutrient, and this is enough water or enough preservative to put in the vase. You're going to squeeze in half of it, and we give you 2 doses, so you can change your water after like 3 to 4 days. And after you put it in, you're going to fill your vase up, we say about at least 3/4 of the way, and then we'll top it off at the end. And this is measured out perfectly for the vase and the proper amount of nutrients to keep your flowers lasting a long time. And so today I'm going to use the floral tape, and if you don't have this, if you didn't do it as an add-on, no worries. You can always just use like Scotch tape, and you're going to just make a grid. We're going to do 3 lines across. This is thin tape. Oops. And if you're using Scotch tape, you are going to probably just need 2 on each side because it's a little bit thicker. And this is just going to help our stems stay in place to create that perfect look that you want to do. Okay, then next we're going to take our flowers. It does arrive with a water source. It is all biodegradable, so it has a plastic bag and the wet foam just to keep the flowers fresh until it comes to you. Then what you're going to do is just section out the flowers, just so we know what we're working with here. So we're going to put all this together and get it all ready. So first we have our daisies. Now your flowers may vary a little bit. It's going to depend on what season it is. Colors may vary. We want to make sure that you have the freshest bouquet possible, so you'll get whatever is fresh at that time. And so this has a lot of laterals on it, and we're just going to cut it, and you want to make sure that all the foliage is taken off from about at least halfway down. You never want your foliage to be in the water because it causes bacteria. And I'm going to just pull these laterals off on a couple of them. And you always want to cut the stem before you put it into the vase. Strip off any foliage. We're going to take another stem here. We're going to strip off the foliage and put it into the vase. And because these are longer laterals, that's why I'm kind of taking them off, so you can put in around the vase. And this taped grid is really wonderful in helping with keeping the flowers. Okay, so we have all of our daisies in place. Now we're gonna add some filler flower. This doesn't have any foliage on it, but we're gonna go in and poke it in. There are maybe a couple longer laterals that we'll use here in a sec. You always want to, because flowers are just an organic product, they grow in nature, so you might have some imperfect petals. It's just how they are, and if you do, you just want to take them off, top them off if they don't look very good. It doesn't mean your flower is bad, it's just a way to clean them up so they look pretty. And I'm just kind of putting the filler all around to kind of bring that color around everywhere. And you can kind of decide if you are going to put your arrangement on a table where you're going to see it all the way around, or if it's just going to be maybe up against a wall. You might want it more one-sided. So I'm kind of going to do 3/4 around here. So this is larkspur, and this has a lot of little bud laterals that we're going to take off, and we want to again strip off the foliage, and we're going to kind of put it in here, and then cut this and stick it in, and you kind of just put your flower up against the vase to sort of measure how tall you want the flowers. Sometimes you might want something taller, sometimes you might want something shorter. You can always cut more off of the stem, you can never put it back on, so always maybe cut off a little less than you think to begin with, just to make sure. And in this case, I'm going to put it in, we want to strip off even the blooms because we don't want those in the water either. Okay, and then we're going to do some of our focal flowers next here. I just want to make sure and use up all the buds just because they're airy and pretty to put in here. A couple of our larger flowers, we've got carnations and roses. These are a little bit more of a focal. So we're going to put them in here. And you always want to make sure you get your stems at least 3/4 of the way, if not all the way down to the bottom of the vase, because your stems will drink water. And then the roses are really beautiful. They do have protective petals on them that might have a little bit of imperfection. And so I'm going to just pick those off. And you want to be sure to get it all the way down to the calyx. And you can leave these on. I think they're really pretty, but those ones kind of had some damaged spots. So we're going to cut and poke in here. And then lastly, we will have some foliage, and we've got some beautiful eucalyptus, and this just will kind of give it an airy feel. And then you just kind of go in and fill in spots where it just needs a little bit of flow, or maybe you have a little spot that you need something. Strip that. Sometimes the foliage is more branchy, so you can just kind of pop it off. And we're going to kind of fill in here. And you can make this any design you want. If you want to do something more linear, you can. Or like I said, if you want to make it taller, you can do that as well. Just sort of depends on what look you're wanting. Okay, so we have our completed, I didn't use quite all of it. It just sort of depends on what you want to do. If you do even have a couple little stems left over, you might have a little vase at home, or even a little trick I like to use is like a little shot glass. You can put flowers, little extra flowers or greenery in, and put like in your bathroom or by a bedside table, just to use up the extra stuff. So, okay, after we have our bouquet assembled, then we are going to take the finishing spray. And what this does is it's just a hydrating mist that keeps the moisture in the flowers for longer. It just helps keep your flowers lasting a lot longer. So this is how you make one of our Keefe kits. Be sure, if you have any questions, you can always contact us at on our website at keefesflowers.com. Thank you.